Hello, hello. How's it going out there in YouTube world today? Oh, it's a kind of pleasant 80 degrees here, but it's a lot better than the 95s it's been hitting. Woo, too much. 3 days in a row. Although some of you who come in may know this and others may not. I caught COVID at the county fair 2 weekends ago. Yeah, and I got sick on Tuesday. So, excuse me. Actually, I think that really high heat helped to burn the symptoms out faster. I am 85% better. I still have a cough. So, if I cough, if it's bad, I'll mute. But it hasn't, for the most part, been that bad. So, it's Thursday. I'm Lucinda. It says that right there. And Thursdays is the day when I do a mixture of vintage household knickknacks and whatnots and jewelry. I tend to try to bring lower priced jewelry items along with some higher end on Thursdays, whereas on Fridays, it's an eclectic mix of mostly vintage, although I'm delving more and more into contemporary jewelry and contemporary, not contemporary, costume, not costume, vintage jewelry, and some contemporary jewelry, sterling silver, semi-precious stones, etc. So I will never, leave my first love and my most passionate joy of costume jewelry. I will never not sell that. That has been my love since I was a child, and I first started selling that on eBay when eBay first started, and so that will forever be a part of me. But I am starting to move, like I said, to some of these higher priced items. And before I begin today and carry on with the rest of, well, let me just carry on with these details. If you bid on something and you win today, and you've never bought from me before, then just like all the other resellers out there, I will need your YouTube name, your real name, your shipping address, and separately at the bottom, your PayPal email. I use Pirate Chip like everyone else, and I bill through PayPal. If you don't have it, you can check out as a guest. I live in Northern California, and I try very hard to not bring anything too heavy or anything that's not going to fit in an oversized box anymore. In fact, there's lots of household items that 2 years ago I started out bringing that I have just straight given back to the Goodwill. It's not worth it. Hey, 710, what's going on? How are you? I hope your day is going well. So those were all the preliminaries, and I want to show you two things that I picked up that, someone was really interested today. I'll give you a price. They're not cheap in any way. I'd love to sell them to my friends here on YouTube. However, they very likely will get listed on eBay. They are not sterling silver. However, they are. So see, this clasp is not sterling silver. It is made by a woman from the Big Mountain Reservation in Arizona who's married to, I believe, a Pueblo Native American. And this is both turquoise and spiny oyster. I bought this at the county fair. She gets the spiny oyster from her Pueblo relatives. Look at the bottom. Oh, it's blowing out the color. Oh, that's terrible. And that's the back. Maybe if I turn it around to the front, it won't. Look at that. Yeah. So Navajo or Dene and Pueblo. Look at this. This is, like I said, a very expensive piece. But, oh my God. It's stunning. The only place the sterling silver would have mattered on this is here. A piece like this, I would be selling for $240. And you will find these modern, brand new like this, up to $800. Yeah. So that's one of them. Oh, I'm getting over COVID 710. But I'm 85% over it. It was fast and furious. So thank God, because that was no fun at all. And then the other one, this would be 145. Again, same woman, Big Mountain Reservation. Her whole family was there. Her mother, or their mother, is a renowned weaver from the Big Rock Reservation. So not sterling silver. You've got your Heshi beads. That is how they pronounce it. You've got Gaspar or Gaspari here going down. You've got some little metal add-ons there, which I don't, doesn't do anything for me. And then at the bottom, do I have this backwards again? I do. Then at the bottom is this incredible, boy, this is so hard to show. Let's try again. Is this incredible green turquoise that she bought in 2014 from a mine that was just about done producing. It has a lot of copper in it, but it is not green copper. It is actually closer to being in the family of Royson, but not quite, but very close. I quizzed her and got all the information about these stones. And anyone who's interested, if you are, I can give it to you. Okay, so I just thought I'd show you that because I think they're beautiful. I mean, I honestly dillied and dathered because it was a huge output of money for me. But both of these necklaces and that family themselves, it really spoke to me. So I picked it up. And there you go. Alrighty then. So again, if I cough, forgive me. So because I was sick last week, this is the end of week 2 of my 2-week build a boxes. Tuesday, the Friends Selling with Friends. So today and tomorrow is the last 2 days of my 2-week build a boxes, which I do to save me time on invoicing, packing and shipping, and you money. So, and then for anyone who bought Friends Selling with Friends, if you buy anything in the next 2 days, I'll combine all that. Otherwise, I'll be invoicing you Saturday and Sunday morning and taking it down to the Bay Area to ship. I have to go down there and deal with some business junk and see my precious adult daughter and her husband. And my sister-in-law. So that's going to be awesome. That's the fun part. Okay, ready to get started? I am. Let's see how long I can go. Yesterday I was able to be out for 3 hours. That was really good. Okay. This is going to be a buy it now item only because I've had it for a little while. Had them, I should say. I don't know why, unless it's because there's 3 and not 4. I love these. I used to eat oysters all the time. If I still ate oysters, these wouldn't be going anywhere. So these are Haviland and Company, Limoges, France. They are turn of the century. They are literally, you see my finger? Let's do it the other way around. There. It's porcelain. They are so, well, you know what Limoges is. It's so thin. These are, there's 3 of them. And are they hand painted? I always like to double check on this. Honestly, I can't tell if these are hand painted or if they're just a stencil. I think it might be a combination of both. There's the gold here. They are so thin and so beautiful. And here's how tall they are. And they measure about 7 inches across, and they're maybe an inch deep. Turn of the century. There's 3 of them. They're all in excellent condition. I believe when I looked these up, they were from like the 1890s. Yeah, you know what I would do with these? I would drape pearls over them. I wouldn't use them for serving dishes. I would find a way to incorporate my jewelry. They, like I said, they are, good Lord, 130 to 140 years old. Yeah, so all 3, $19. Think about it and let me know. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. You could be anywhere. There's a lot going on. It doesn't matter what day or time I come on. There's always a lot going on. So this is a precious item to me. And it starting bid of 17. And I've offered this up now enough times that it's about to go on my shelf. This is one of the heaviest weeping gold with an almost intentional etched kind of floral design, double-handed small vase that I have ever seen. And I've seen a lot of them. Let me see if I can. I love this. Hey, you guys. Sorry, my dog and cat are best friends and they're playing. I believe this, I can't tell if this is melt glass in here or a porcelain. It taps more like porcelain. Hear that? Not so much melt glass, but it's hard to know. I do know it's an older piece. See, here's the bottom, and it's just, it doesn't really have a melt glass vibe as much as porcelain. And it's stunning. Let me move my ring light. It reminds me of like a Grecian urn that would have like your wine or your water, right? And it is about 6 inches tall. Heavy, heavy gold paint. And the handle is really not worn at all. I think it's got really sexy curves. Okay, so that was a starting bid of 17. I'm going to do one more household item and then pivot back to jewelry. This is a starting bid of 14. Now, y'all, I know I've only got a couple people here, and I'm grateful for that. But I get bored if I just keep talking to myself. Okay. And putting numbers in, I'll wind up, especially after being sick. I after a while I'll just get bored and bounce. This is a incredible horn of plenty. I have with the weeping gold paint. I am not really sure why I'm selling this. To tell you the truth, I love it. I love everything about it. This is unclear to me, the blue. If it's cold painted or not, it feels kind of raised. So therefore, I would not scrub at it. But it is a higher quality. So I'm unsure about that. The gold goes all around here. There is dirt and dust down in there that I could get out carefully. And look at this. Oh, well, and hold on. Here, I think that is, I don't think, I know. This is dirt that I don't remember this being on there when I got it, nor Heidi holding it away with the dirt on it and not cleaning it. That's not like me. However, there it is. So I will wash that off if someone bids and is interested. And look at this. This dates this back to the 40s or 50s, Czechoslovakia. And I don't know if that's a mold number or what. Most likely it's a mold number. And this is so very kind of Art Deco. I believe it's probably 30s. So I am only going to show this a couple more times. And if it doesn't sell, it's going on my shelf of little lovelies. It is, oh heck, I don't know, about 4 inches tall and 2.5 inches across. And I believe this is supposed to be like royal blue, right? Yep. Okay, I'm going to pivot to some jewelry. Thank you for looking. Thank you for being here. What was I going to say? Something importante. Oh, I did upload a preview at about 1 o'clock. I tend to run behind, and being sick and coughing, I'm running a little more behind. But I always run behind. I'm honest about that. I run late. I did upload a preview. It's always advantageous for you to look at the preview because I tend to bring too many items and I don't get to them. So if you look at the preview, you might see an item that I don't wind up picking up, and then you can drop it in the chat and say, hey, I'm interested in that. Or if there's an item you saw in the preview or you go see in the preview, it's 4 minutes long, and you come back and that's the one item you're really interested in, you can drop it in the chat and I will pivot to that item ASAP. Okay? If you're watching on the replay, you can email me. Okay? And I'm going to give a heads up. I'm not going to be doing mixture of household knickknacks and jewelry after about the end of 2025. I'm strictly going to be doing jewelry. It's smaller, it's easier to ship and to store. And frankly, I just don't have a lot of luck with my household items selling. So I don't know what's the point of selling them then. I will still collect them, but okay, let's do a starting bid. Let's pick an item and do a starting bid. of $15. And another thing about my live sales, excuse me, if you have anything to add to what I'm saying, please drop it in the chat. Please add. Say, wow, I had one of those. Or, oh, I had no idea that those were made at that date. Or, I have one of those and it was made in the 1950s. Or, ooh, whatever it is. Because I'm always learning. I know a lot about a lot, but only just enough to be 80% sure of what I'm saying. And I'm always learning from all of you. So please, you have something to add. You have something to chat with me about. Please chat. This is a place to talk. The more we talk, the more I learn, the more you learn, the more that we have a good time. Otherwise, I'm just get really bored really fast. That's just me. Okay, I started an item at 15. What was it? This item. Here's the back. I would say this is probably 80s, maybe 70s. Gold tone. With the Capodimonte little flowers in the middle of the bow brooch. It's very well done. It doesn't say Italy, but, quite sure that it's over in that area. And there is not one single damage to any of these petals. And there's the green leaves, 2 different pink roses, and a yellow rose. I don't think that's a rose, actually. Not sure what that's meant to be, but that's not a rose. I was about to start singing the Yellow Rose of Texas, but it's not a rose. So I can't do that. Okay. It is 2 inches across and an inch long, starting at 15. And you can also tell its quality because of that really nice puddling in the back. It's not uniform, indicating more of like a handmade, kind of a tourist brooch probably in some shop. Okay, thank you for looking. I don't do recaps, so get it while it's hot. Okay, this is a buy it now. Nobody wants to talk to me. I don't have like anyone here. That's sad. Okay, this is the blah blah clasp. Just pokes at the back. So it suggests to me 1970. However, and I know it's vintage, however, it also could be 80s or 90s. I think it's beautiful. Let's get it to focus. It is a dragonfly brooch. This is a mother of pearl. And then you have these. Hold on. They are purple rhinestones interspersed with, well, you know what? I'm looking at this. I want to be really clear. purple rhinestones with just silver beads. Oh, okay. And one, I almost thought one was missing. It's not. So they're dark purple rhinestones, the head and going along here, and then just silver bead drops. And I love the body of this. Dragonfly. Very realistic. And mother of pearl wings. Buy it now, $14. Excellent price. There you go. And it is probably 1.5 by 1.5 wide by 1 inch long. It is a lovely little piece. Okay. Well, I just looks like I got one person. I don't know. I don't know. Fridays I have more. I have to not pay attention to that thing up there. I always wonder who's coming on, what it is I'm doing. Did I do something wrong? Why are you leaving me? Okay. I am going to do a pair of they are vintage, but they are an artisan vintage piece, and they're pretty fabulous. Earrings. Starting bid of $20. There is no place on the back of these that has a 925 stamp. However, it's very clear to me that this is sterling silver and maybe just a vermeil with the gold and Amazon. Woo-wee. See, I've been sick. Amethyst. Wire earrings. Of course, there are 2 of them. They're very tiny, so they're petite and sweet. See the man, what is wrong with me? The amethyst stones. It's not glass. I don't have a presidium. I do have stuff to test if it's, gold or silver, but this is not glass. I can see, and I'll check one more time, as long as we're at it, as long as we're all here with my loop. Glass would often have, a bubble or something going on. And when I look through my loop, I can see little kind of flaws, inclusions. So I'm pretty sure that it's amethyst. I do not believe that it's glass. And the wire hook is just soldered on, as is the top triangle and the amethyst. And they are tiny. They are very tiny. They are that big. That big is like 1/2 inch. Yeah. Starting bid of 20. Okay. Moving on over. If there's anyone that comes in and stays in that wants to see anything in particular, let me know. Like I said, I've been sick, so today is I'm moving faster than usual, and I will run down a little faster than usual. Yep, that's just the way it is. Yep. Starting bid of 25. Today is very quiet. Is it the end of the month? I guess it is getting there. God, how does this happen? Time is like whoosh. It's crazy. And fall is here. What? I mean, Halloween is coming. Christmas is coming. I am just beside myself. Like, just how did this happen? So there is the 925 marking. This has been tested. So it's sterling silver. The light blue is either I believe, topaz. And the purple stone is so very dark. Good Lord, why am I blanking? Why am I blanking on the name? Not amethyst, but Kathy Wiseman. Hello. Kathy Wiseman. I'm blanking because I've been sick. What is this purple stone? Not amethyst, but for God's sakes, this is blue topaz, and this is, what's wrong with me? Amethyst is not this dark. You can see the inclusions as I hold this piece. It's got a really awesome setting. It is vintage. It doesn't quite fit this finger, so it's probably going to be a size 8, but I will tell you. I will measure it. Kathy, if you know, let me know. Garnet. Bam! Garnet was something really common on jewelry in the 70s, 80s, which is when I'm dating this piece to. There you go. So $25 for light blue topaz and garnet sterling silver. I think that's a really reasonable price. I mean, the fact of the matter is, that may be what I paid for it, and I sure wish it fit me because, yeah. So when I measure it with the band in the front, it is almost a 7. Almost a 7. Almost a 7. But this finger, let me do another ring on this finger. Especially the heat treated. I don't think this is heat treated. Well, maybe starting in the 70s, but yeah, I don't know enough about it. It certainly wasn't it's not simulated. So this is just a costume jewelry ring that fits on this finger, but it's a little loose. And the reason I do this is because I find ring sizing to be seriously deceptive. Because, for instance, this one is loose, but it says 9.5 on the measurer, right? And this is a size 8, sometimes 8.5. So the ring I just showed you, I'm going with a full size 7, possibly 7.25. And I'm going to start having a lot of sterling silver rings with semi-precious stones in them. And things like this. This setting is incredible. Things like this are going to start also being listed in my eBay store. I'm going to be adding that link to my channel soon because I can't hold all this stock anymore. I've got to get it sold on eBay. Okay, there you go. So there was that ring. I'll put it back in its box. So Kathy, when they heat treat, what does that mean? I mean, I know doubles and triplets of opals. I know man-made. But talk to me about heat treated. I actually know that discussed this, heard about it, read about it, but at this moment, whoosh, whoosh. And how are you, Kathy? Did you ever get the dang chest of drawers in your crafting room? Okay, that's what I thought, Kathy. Thank you. I appreciate it. Did you, Kathy? I have faith in you that you did that. Okay. This is funsies. This is just funsies. I love this. If you've been around me for a while, you've seen this. And it's back. And I love it. I don't think y'all appreciate these things as much as I do, but I will not stop buying them. I will not stop showing them no matter what happens. And but I will start listing on eBay. I have not shown this for a while. Oh my God. It is the 70s plastic fantastic. Oh my God, Kathy, bless your heart. Oh, I wish I could have helped you. This thing is incredible. Now, it is on cotton string. So it's definitely 70s, possibly 50s or 60s. Here is the clasp and the little ring, but it is on thread. Now, the only thing I want to say, well, there's two things I want to say about this. See, this sits like this. Remember in the very beginning, I showed you the Dene and Pueblo spiny oyster? Yeah, so this was kind of, that idea of having the pieces fall like that. Some of these pieces, it needs to be kind of a little unwound, if you will. So sometimes some of these want to stick up. It's just because it's gotten wound around a couple times. So you have to unwind it. But look, boom, matches my shirt. We're all good. We're going out now. Put on some post earrings or some long plastic. I don't know. Boop, boop, boop. Xylophone. Totally. Oh my God. All of us had one, right? I mean, my daughter did. I know I did. Kathy, did you have one? That's perfect. I love it. And so this is older plastic. That's why I'm more leaning towards the 60s or 70s, possibly 80s. But see, the 80s wouldn't be on cotton thread anymore. So that's why I'm deferring to earlier. Look at the glow. Boom. Green. Straight green. Sorry, I keep leaning on my computer. Green. And then I just think it's fun, so we're showing you. A lot of this also has reds and some green glows in the plastic. Woo! Lucite, right? Now, lucite made a big comeback in the 80s, but it was also very popular before then. So, how long is this? This is about 16 inches. And then down to here, the longest, it's about 19. We're ready to go. Starting bid of 14. Wow. Good Lord, Kathy. You are fancy. Wowzer. Yeah, I never could stick with things as a child. I mean, I took piano, then I stopped. Then I took guitar, then I stopped. I took ballet, then I stopped. I joined the Bluebirds, then I stopped. Like, I don't know what my deal was. I don't have extra crazy ADHD energy, or, I mean, a lot of us have different things on the spectrum, so I'm not putting anyone down. But for some reason, I don't know, I didn't stick with things, and my parents didn't make me. And I look back on that as like a real tragedy. I would have appreciated them saying, you wanted to take piano or you wanted to take guitar, and you're going to stick with it for at least a year, because I grew up loving to sing, so I would have loved to have played an instrument. I didn't let my daughter do that. Having learned from my experience that I felt very disappointed later in life when my parents just gave up and gave in right away. When she started something and then she was like, oh, it's too hard, like swimming, I was like, nope. Swim team, I was like, nope, we're not quitting. Nope. Not yet. Okay. Wow. So, wow, Kathy, you are so artistic. You blow my mind. Seriously. And to this day, you still have all those interests. I'm in awe. Well, I think things like that are hard to do. So I believe these were made in the war. When I first got these, believe me, I was asking more than $38. And I paid a good amount for these. Trust me. These are handmade. I believe, I don't believe, I'm positive this is Bakelite. It's beginning to turn color in the back, covered in these huge sunken in rhinestones. They sparkle. I did a short, like 8 months ago with these on my garden fence in the sunshine. Off the chain glitter and sparkle. Here is the back. You see how it's concave? And you turn around and you see how it's starting to turn to a more yellow, it's hard to explain. It's Bakelite. There's a strip of plastic. Sorry, itchy nose. Piece of plastic, and then the clip-ons are just glued on strip of plastic. So these are homemade earrings. They're just stunning. And they are very unusual, so hence the price. Boom. Huge. So if you don't wear clip-ons or these are too big, this is one of those things that needs to go in your collection. I have tons of Bakelite in my collection, or they would stay with me. Now, remember I was talking about the oyster dishes from the 1890s that I have 3 of. Buy it now, all 3 for $19. And I was saying, instead of using them for oysters, because they're so old, and there's only 3 of them, why not drape your pearls and put your jewelry in them? Well, there you go. There's an example. Of course, because I'm holding it all sideways and whatnot, it's a little weird, but you get the idea. Okay. Thank you for looking. These, just to give you a heads up, I've shown these rhinestone Bakelite handmade earrings many times. So if someone doesn't claim them when I bring them back tomorrow, which I will one last time, they're going to go on eBay, because I can ask more than I'm asking here on eBay, and a collector will snatch them up. So They're going to go over here. I think this is my, well, I'll put them here. Somewhere over here is my Friday bucks. But until, I'll bring them back tomorrow. And they're available. I don't do recaps. So anyone who's coming in and watching, don't count on me to do a recap because I'm not going to. Let's do BIN of jewelry, buy it now, and then I'll do a few more household items. I have some really pretty stuff. Buy it now for 10. So Kathy, is your craft room exactly how you want it now? Because you've been working on this for months, which, God bless you. My whole little office here, I need shelves. I need this desk to be over there. I need my shipping station to be here. I need my shelves there. I need, and it won't take me months, but it'll take me about a month to get it exactly as I want. So this is just one of those things. I love my plastics. This is a 1970s red, white, and blue and black. Why that color combo? Totally unsure, but there you are. And they are plastic. They are not Australian crystals, but this is made in the exact same way as the Australian crystal glass ones are made. And I am pretty sure, based on the construction, that it is a 70s, might be a 60s. I would have said for sure 70s if it was only red, white, and blue for bicentennial. But I don't think that, and it's very long, very lightweight. And I'll tell you this, I thought it was glass. And from a distance, or unless someone is like grabbing it and saying, hey, what's that? Let me see it. Let me touch it. Everyone is going to believe that it is glass. Just like the Australian crystals, because that's what it looks like. It's done very well. Oh, no, Kathy. Oh, my God. I'm so sorry. That's horrible. I don't even want to say, but it's been several decades maybe that I'm so sorry for me, since they're easy for women to get, especially older women, young women and older women. 7, 8, 16 times 2, 32 inches long. I didn't think about that one. 32 inches long, buy it now for 10. And I just love this. It's one of those things. There's no clasp. Just throw it on. In you go. You're done. It's pretty. It doesn't weigh anything, so it's not going to hurt your neck. Goes with any color. You could do a knot in it, which I'm not going to fully do because then I have to undo it and take it off, but you get the idea. Oh, Kathy, do you drink cranberry juice and all that whatnot? I don't know. The UTI, they remind me of, at this moment, it reminds me of my dad. My dad, that he had, I can't remember, stage 3 kidney something, which never moved, thank God. And other stuff. So he constantly got UTIs, and he would be fine. And 4 hours later, I would go upstairs and he was like drawing tattoos on his body, and I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, well, you see this world map in this scientific magazine? I have to put this on my leg. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Or he would be in the bathroom with 3 spoons lined up on the counter. I'd say, Dad, what are you doing with the spoons in the bathroom? And he would start telling me some really weird ass explanation. I'd be like, Dad, I think it's time to call 911, honey. And that happened a lot. It was either his heart or UTI. Every 3 weeks, 911, 2 years. That man was really courageous. That would have just... I need to aspire to that. I think we all do. He had great equilibrium and took things in stride. And I tend to fuss and jump and get annoyed. And I'm really focusing inward on that because it's going to happen to all of us. And there's no point in fussing and fighting it. It is what it is. And my dad really, that's one of the things he taught me. Kathy, I'm really sorry. Hi, Bonnie. Hi, Bonnie. You want to stop in before leaving to pick up groceries? Bring me some groceries. I'm just kidding. What kind of groceries are you getting? What are you going to cook tonight, Bonnie? Meatloaf, spaghetti, nachos, anything like that? Yummy, yummy. Kathy, yeah, it was God, it was really hard. Okay, this is going to be a buy it now choice. Oh, there you go. That works for me. Bonnie, I cook, and when I cook about 1:30, 2 o'clock, and I will make a couple different dishes, and enough for 3 days. And then the next day, I'll make another dish, and the next day maybe another, and that way I have this pick and choose of stuff. And if I don't do that, because like with this COVID and not feeling good, then I go down into my little local town and buy pre-made stuff that's very inexpensive but healthy, and do the same thing, divvy it out over several days. I try to cook, but I can't always get there. Ooh. Yum. So, Bonnie, is it your birthday? Bonnie? Is it your real birthday, Bonnie? Bonnie, is it your real birthday? Because Jen is always teasing you. If it's your real birthday, tell us. Happy birthday, honey. And God bless your son. How's your son doing? So, choice of $5 for either one of these brooches. The apple is Avon, burnished gold metal, and the rose is unsigned, but it very much reminds me, it's the same time period, 60s, 70s, into the 80s. I think the rose is a little earlier than that, though. I really love the red color in this rose. And in the very middle is the little gold tech. It's very well done. It is not your birthday. Okay. Good, Bonnie. Tyrone will be in my prayers. And you know what? I eat a little bit of sugar something every night. So there is no judgment here, my friend. If you like birthday cake, you eat some birthday cake. Oh my God, Kathy. Now that's just upsetting me. She must have been so upset. Good grief. So there's this one. And it is about 1.5 inches long. And the little apple with, where is it? Hold on. Is this Avon? Check it. Yes, Avon. Yeah, I should not either. I do not have I'm not diabetic. I'm a Rubenesque woman. But I got to tell you, sugar is, this is about 1 inch long. Sugar is my de-stress. I don't drink. I don't, I don't do recreational drugs. So I eat, 6 cookies. Oh, well. Thank you, Bonnie. And Kathy. So those were $5 choice. I don't do recaps. Kathy, the last time that where did we go? The last time that I saw Devo was with Fred Armstrong. What the heck is his name? From Portlandia. He was the drummer. He's actually a really incredible musician at the Burger Boogaloo Festival in Oakland at Mosswood Park. And good Lord, it was pre-COVID. So I think it was like 2019. And that was the second year in a row that I saw them at this event. Armisen, yeah, he's an incredible drummer. Your daughter was probably so bummed out. Tell her that I'm bummed out with her. Starting bid on this brooch is $28. Yeah, have you ever heard him drumming? He's really good. Thank you, Bonnie, about the brooches. This one is an MCM. It even has a very traditional MCM, like atomic swirl on the front. It is that copper in the style of Renoir. This, I usually bring these for much more, 1950s. And here is what I'm talking about, that very kind of atomic UFO boomerang swirl. This is a great brooch. And it is, again, probably I will measure it. Yeah, the B52s. Do you know that's one group I don't think I've ever seen? No, I've never seen the B52s. I don't know how that's even possible. A little over 1 1/4 around. A little over 1 1/4. Yeah, it really is a great MCM design. It reminds me of a satellite dish. I don't know what I'm talking about, but at any rate, $28. And silver and gold are way up. So that means copper is up a little. It's not up like astronomically, but the pieces of copper that I bring are generally from the 50s, sometimes the 30s, and they are in the costume jewelry world. The copper that I bring is very collectible pieces, generally speaking. I never saw the B52s, and for any of you who don't know me, or probably most of you here do, I grew up in Berkeley in the 70s as a teen, and I saw every rock and roll, punk rock, folk group you could name pretty much for pennies, because they all played in Oakland, San Francisco at the Cow Palace, Oakland Day on the Greens, all the little local clubs in Berkeley and Oakland. I mean, they were all there. A lot of them started there, like the Grateful Dead. I never actually saw them because I didn't like them, but I was outside many a concert. Anyway, I feel very sorry for your daughter. Okay, let's show this, and then I'll show a couple household. This is a buy it now of $3. This is a lovely little piece for you. I'm quite sure I could sell it for a little bit more. It has an incredibly wonderful clasp, but I've had it around for a little while. It is gold tone faux pearls. It has really great construction. I've always been surprised. It is a bracelet that it doesn't have a maker. It feels like it should. The clasp, let me see if I can get this. The clasp is different, almost like it should be patented. This right here pushes down and has a very strong latching mechanism, so it's really easy to use. My nails are so long. Of course, this is going to be a pain in the arse to do and have you see. I can't do it. It is a pretty bracelet, Bonnie. Thank you. And here's what it connects to. And let's see the size. I'm pretty sure this is from the 60s, possibly the 70s. And look at that. I mean, again, someone would likely think that you were wearing real gold and real pearls because it's quality. It is made so very well. I think it had some kind of metal hang tag that got lost. None of these pearls have any scratches. I mean, for crying out loud, there's nothing that says gold and the metal doesn't feel like gold, but it's real quality. It's hard for me to tell if these are, I'm calling them faux. So this just fits my wrist if it was closed. My wrist is a 7.25, which is low middle of a lady's medium. I think to be comfortable and to be able to get it on and off easily, unless you're young, I would say 7. $3, you can't go wrong. I mean, you just can't go wrong. At $3, y'all, holler. You can't. All right. So I said I was going to pivot back to household, so that's what I'm going to do. Thank you, Bonnie, again. Y'all, what in the heck are people interested in? Anybody like little bears? Yeah, my Lord. Okay. This is a funny word, bin, for $1, which is absolutely not. See, this happens often, and I don't ever fully understand what's going on with that. I'm right at my last thing, and the number rolls to the front. Happens a lot in StreamYard. So here's this little bear, and this little bear is fully jointed 1982 from the North American Bear Company, and it's Muffy Vanderbear. And I know this is a collectible bear, but I also know this isn't necessarily the top of the line collectible in this line, but it is a collectible line. I remember when I was a young adult, all of us had our teddy bears, and that's what this reminds me of. It's really well made. It is not mohair. It is he is jointed except for the head. Oh, good Lord. I didn't put the price on. Sorry. Well, Bonnie, if you're leaving us, enjoy your dinner and your cake. And I'm glad that your son is going to a treatment. And like I said, he will be in my prayers. This is a little cloth nose and little button eyes. Here's the pawpaw. Hello. Hello. Here's the feet. Now, these feet right here, this little bit of staining is happening just as this has been sitting around with me. And literally, I've had this bear for a year and a half. And the only place this bear has been is inside of a cabinet. So I'm sure this would come off with some woolite, because it's not something that is spilled. It is something that's happening, So if you're a reseller, you have to be really careful how you store items, because something like this, if you store it inside a plastic tote and there's any little whatnot in there, it can start to cause issues like that. But this will clean up no problem. And this little bear is just a sweetheart. It is. She is. He is. Could probably use a hat. 7 from foot to foot. About 8 inches tall. About 8 inches tall. And honestly, I got to tell you, if nobody wants this little Muffy bear, this little Muffy bear is going to wind up going to the Goodwill, because this is starting to happen and I've had it too long. Okay, Bonnie, you have a safe and wonderful day. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. Okay, so that little bear, if nobody claims him, he has to go to Goodwill. I can't take good enough care of him. And like I said, I want to get out of the selling household stuff. It just, it takes bigger boxes. I sold a Silvercrest Fenton compote bowl. I packed the bejesus out of it. And on the other end, they opened the box and it was cracked right in half. Why? Not because of my packing, but because clearly there was already a little unseen hairline fracture somewhere in there, and putting it through the mail, right down the middle. So therefore, the cost of shipping and things like that, and the way that USPS treats our boxes, I'm done with that. So, and I know my jewelry, and I love my jewelry, be it vintage, costume, plastics, or other, and new contemporary fantastic pieces. So that's where I'm at. And that's okay, we evolve as resellers, and I'm evolving. I've moved towards jewelry for a while now, and I'm going to go full in by the end of the year. So this is stunning. Look at the handle. This is bamboo woven onto here with these sharp edges. I'm sure this gives me a 70s vibe. It's stunning. See that you can see how it's an artisan piece. See the lines as they put the pieces and built it up. It's got a lot of texture and movement by doing that. You can see the stacked. It's kind of like the rope coil pottery style. You can see it going all the way up. There must be like 20 of those lines. Do y'all see that? See there? So rather than just being thrown, they literally rope coiled each piece and then turned it and shaped it. And then there's these beautiful irises on here. Now back to the USPS. I've only had 2 pieces ever break, but it's just a bummer. And it's always been the older glass. No matter how well I pack it, it's just how USPS treats it. So look at how, I mean, this is truly very Asian, very, probably a renowned artist wherever in the heck they were at the time. Here's the other side. And this shape is, it's just so unique. If I knew more about pottery, I would know why this shape. What is it? It, like, you know how there's ikebana flower arranging? There's something about this. I just don't know the what something about it. And here is the signature, which, I mean, come on. I can't. I can't read that. I went down a rabbit hole trying to figure it out before, and it's like SABIMHN. I don't even know, and it does not have a year. Here's the inside. You can see that rope design, and it's tall, and it's not super heavy at all. So the vase itself is about 8 inches, and the handle makes it about 10 in height, and about 3 inches, maybe almost 4 inches wide. It's a stunning, beautiful piece. This is gonna wind up going on eBay because I don't know who the artist is, but I suspect I could ask double what I'm asking. Okay, how about this? Starting bid. I don't know why we say starting bids anymore. Everyone, unless you're a huge channel, everyone just buys it at that price. Hardly anyone bids it up anymore. I don't. Okay. This is ikebana. Yeah, because of that. Yeah. Right, Kathy? Mm-hmm. See, Kathy, you are so well informed. How many degrees do you have, and how many different oh my God, it's not categories. I have a master's. What is wrong with me? Areas. Just go with areas. I'm dead serious. I feel like you have like 10 PhDs in all these different subjects. So this is a probably 1910s, 1920s. Believe me, when I was bringing this a year ago, I was asking double this. This is a celluloid frame. This is part of the frame. It is hand carved on the edges. I'll try to show you the unevenness, the kind of roughness of it. So I'm sure there was a lot made, at the factory, they were cutting that out. It wasn't done by machine. See how uneven it is? And here is the back. Someone put this piece of tape there, which means, and it does have these metal pieces, which would make it seem newer, but it is not newer. It is definitely much older. When that tape comes off, if you were wanting to put a different picture in there, it will probably pull the stuff off. And it is very deceiving. So here's what I'm going to say. Let me look at this. Okay, perfect. I am correct. So I bought this at a place where I bought a whole bunch of turn of the century celluloid and Bakelite pieces where the mother collected and hoarded all of this stuff. And she also did things so she could use it. So this frame is from the 1910s or 20s. And what she did, she glued a Hallmark cardboard modern piece on the back here so that she could use it how she wanted. This is not original to this frame, meaning that you could take it off if you didn't like that it wasn't original to the frame. This lady in here, let's get the ring light out of the way. Well, now it just looks like there's a moon in there. This lady in here has the dress of many colors. No way, Kathy. That's impossible. I don't believe you. I wish the ring light wasn't in it. Do you see this woman? It's like, so it's got to be the 20s. That is so Gilded Age, right? And she was wealthy. I mean, look at all that material and that fancy smancy and the long train in the back, her tiny parasol, and even the hat. This is a actual photograph, sepia toned. Maybe it was her wedding. And see the ruffles down at the bottom, and it just goes up on her butt in the back. I would say the end of the 20s. And I would say wedding. Yeah. So starting bid 16. And it's, I'm going to measure it, but I'm pretty sure it's like 8 or 9 inches tall. 7.5 inches tall by 5 1/4 inches wide. And this woman in this dress standing in front of a screen, and she's very young. Oh, and even her hair is the Gilded Age. I don't know if y'all can see that. Do you see her bangs? Her bangs are that thing with the thick open curls like that, boom, 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 boom. A really weird and interesting hairstyle that I have seen quite a lot of the ladies in the Gilded Age do, that weird open curl in their hair like this, or back this way, or over around there, or back like that. I don't know. But anyway, $16. It's a really good price. I promise. Okay, she's going to go on eBay. Where's my eBay box? That's not my eBay box, is it? Maybe it is. Okay, unless someone claims her in the next few days. Kathy, maybe I do believe you, because I'll tell you what. I have loads and loads of friends, because I know hundreds of people. I do. I don't see most of them anymore. But the majority of my friends did not go to college, did not go to university, and yet 1 out of 25 of them went on to have incredibly successful careers and or opened their own businesses that are hugely successful because they were really intelligent. They just didn't go to school. So, you don't have to go to school to be smart. In fact, some of the most intelligent people, which I suspect you are, Kathy, can't stand school because it's too slow and tedious and you want it all right now, if that makes any sense. Okay. Let's do another household item. Why won't it? Oh, the math classes might have had more value in terms of work. I'm a bookkeeper. But for you, art is what you love. So this is a 1930s pillar vase melt glass. It is so cool. I had this for quite a while. I did the research a long time ago. These rectangles are cut in. It's a squatty little thing. You can just start to see the ring of fire in the light up on the top. It is see-through. And it is by, where'd it go? Randall. There you go. Randall. And this was a company, you can see it was a suction mold. This is a company that was around in the 1930s to, I think they ended in the 50s. And they may have even been a California company. Don't remember. It's nice and thick and solid, but beginning to have that ring of fire. It's about 4 inches tall and 4 inches around. And it's just got a certain incredibly cool flair going on. It's a little heavy. I mean, probably 2/3 of a pound. But it's very unusual. You're not going to find this in the wild. At least not very likely. It's pretty rare. Okay. Moving on. Moving on up. Okay. I'm switching back to jewelry. I appreciate anyone who's been here with me. Is there anyone here that cares about minerals? Like watermelon tourmaline towers, labradorite square, carved dragon's head in jasper? Let me know. It's a tough world for me lately. I've lowered my prices overall. So I don't know. Okay. This is a starting bid. This is sterling silver. Ooh, I'm going back to that price. This is sterling silver. It is from, hold on. My eyes. I need my loop. Oh my God. What didn't? I knew it and now I lost it. What What's going on? Oh my Lord, I can't read it. I knew what it said originally. Oh my gosh. I can't read it at all. I mean, I'm clearly see the 925. I know it's 925. But I cannot read the name. That's just okay. I'm going to try one more time. Sorry. I apologize. Wow. Yeah, I give up. I can't read the maker. It is 925. It is sterling silver. It does have kind of a, yeah, it's definitely like a vermeil because it has a gold shine. It's a smaller size. See, that is what I cannot read. Right there. It doesn't matter what I do. I cannot read it. But, right. Oh, yes, and it is 925 Italy is right there. So that's probably why I can't read it. It's some Italian company. It is lovely piece. It is small. Look at that. Is it for a child? Is it just for a tiny person? I don't know. Do they give children bracelets? I don't know. So there it is on. It doesn't quite connect back here for me, almost. So I would like to say, I don't even want to say 7. I want to say 6.75. Just so that there's some room in here and it's not so incredibly tight on you. But it is tested. It is 925, made in Italy. It's a vintage. Is it vintage just 2000s? Is it vintage, 1980s? I'm not sure, but it is at least 20 years old. Let me see if I can get a grams on here. Hold on. Well, I can get 2 ounces. 2 ounces of sterling silver, which is not grams, but if you know how to convert that, carry on. Size 6.75. Okay. Thank you for looking. So I'm going to show a few more items. Then I'm going to wrap it up and have a late lunch and take my dog out and not keep talking because I also have a sale tomorrow. If anyone has come in, I don't do recaps. So if you want to go back to the beginning and zoom through and see what didn't sell, which is everything, take a minute and put it on, times 2. And then drop in the chat what you're interested in. Or take a minute to go to my preview for today and go through real fast and drop in the chat what you might be interested in. And I will be happy to pull it up for you. I actually thought I brought some really nice items today. I guess I failed. Epic fail. Okay. This I'm going to show. Now, this does not have a clasp. I do not have the correct color clasp for it currently. You could easily take a needle nose and put a clasp on it that you get from, wherever in the heck you want to get it. Or you could leave it as it is because it just goes right over your head. Your choice. And it has a starting bid of 36. And it's definitely vintage. It's definitely that electroplated, like 12 karat, 14 karat type of gold chain. Let's see if I can make that more clear. There you go. See that? It is the herringbone, is what I call it, type of chain. Really popular in the 70s and 80s. It doesn't have any of those little kinks that these so often get. Here is where the clasp is gone. See that? But it has these two are just put together. They bend right open and you put a clasp in there if you want. If you don't, this isn't going anywhere. Okay, and what's on here? These incredible cloisonne-like beads. I mean, they are cloisonne. They're not cloisonne-like. They are. It's a very long necklace, so I'm trying to get over here and show you. It's got the gold tone spacers. And then it's got these beautiful beads. In graduating sizes. I'm really the pastel-y stuff and the style of necklace. I'm going with 80s. It just totally gives me an 80s vibe. The beads are heavy. And this is not American made. Yeah, really interesting. Here is this one. And then down again with the pink, etc., etc. So all together, there is 1, 2 light pink, 2 blue, 2 kind of mauve, and the white center bead. 2, 4, 6, 7 of those beads on this very long chain. See, I just put it right over my head. These are heavy beads. It comes right to here. So this is about 28 inches long. And it's really nice. Yeah, 1980s. Cloisonne. Herringbone chain necklace. Uh-oh. Whoops, there you go. Okay. I don't do recaps. Nobody's interested in this, huh? I thought someone would for sure be interested in this piece today. Well, just goes to show you what I know, which apparently isn't much. Okay. I am going to do 2 more pieces of jewelry. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow because, I have not been, I've been sick. I'm only just getting better. And I've been on Only an hour and a half, I know. I'm usually on longer tomorrow. So this is, good Lord, why are things so hard to read? I think it has to do with old age. This is very annoying. Not that old, but clearly I'm old enough. What? This is fascinating. Hold on, y'all. STGSIL. So it's silver, but STG. I don't know what that means, but I'm going to put the price up in a minute. Is that the right way, or should I be going that way for you all? See that? So at the end is silver, and at the beginning is like STG or something. Not a clue. It is, let me put the starting bid in. It is definitely like 1950s. And it's particularly pretty abalone. Here's the back with the pin back. It's a very solid, very well made piece. Look how thick it is. And it's kind of, and look at this color. That is not dyed. That is natural abalone chosen for the unique blues and purples and almost green pieces. It's a very thick abalone. Did I say mother of pearl? Abalone. It is almost like a peacock effect. And so when you see abalone, there are these colors in abalone along with, much lighter ones. And so what I believe they did is they just found that one perfect piece. And then look at how it's crimped in the setting. You see this? See how uneven it is? And over here, this is sterling silver. This is an artisan piece or an old company. It's so pretty. Oh my God, it's so pretty. And it's just, yeah, it's old. Look at that. Look how pretty it would be. Whoops. Look how pretty it would be on my shirt. So it is, I'll give you a measurement. Starts at 38. This is a really good price. Nobody wants to buy today. What am I doing wrong? It is 2 inches long. 2 inches long. And at the bottom, like 2/3 of an inch. And then, it comes up to that like point. It's like a feather is really what this is. It's a feather. So, see, that kind of takes me to the question of, is this some type of like Native American piece? I don't know. I feel like I need to do more research because does anyone in the chat know what this means? One more time. I'm going to read it to you all because I think it deserves its time. It definitely says SIL for silver. so I can't read it with a ruler. That's not going to happen. STG 5TG. And then SIL. STG SIL. I'm going to be looking this one up. I suspect it's worth quite a bit more, and I don't know what I'm doing. So it's going on my pad of paper to look it up because there's something really unique and special about that. Yep. Okay. So nobody has said that they are interested in anything from the preview or from what I've already shown. That's okay. But yeah. But yeah, I'm still recuperating. I was able to go out mostly just sitting for 3 hours yesterday, but that was a lot. And tomorrow, Fridays, everyone in the world is on, but it's usually my longer day, and I haven't even put it together yet. I have, before I got sick, slowly been putting all my stuff back together. And like I said, all this household stuff, I'm impatient. I'm done with it. I some of it sells here and there, most of it does not. And I don't think it's because the items I have are in any way undesirable. It doesn't matter if I price them high, if I price them low, if I think it's just the shipping. People are not willing. So this is glass rhinestones, red, white, and blue. I would have thought that this had to do also with the centennial, but I actually believe it's older than that. I think this is a V for victory. It's very military, right? V for veteran. And here's the pin back. So is it as old as 1940? No. Vietnam War? I don't know, but I just get very much more of a it's not the centennial. This is too far out. This is from the 50s, maybe early 60s. It's patriotic, silver tone, glass rhinestones, red, white, and blue. I think it's beautiful. These stand up and out just a little bit. V for victory. Let's have some victories. That would be good. It is 1 3/4 inches wide, and probably an inch long. I think this would be lovely on a jean jacket. I think this would be lovely on a gentleman's cap. Yep. Okay. Well, y'all, I'll show one last piece and then I'm going to bail. Starting bid of $35, and I am very aware to all of you who have known me and I've been with you all in the chat. You've been with me in the chat. And then you've been with me since I started reselling, as well as all the rest of our friends, that I'm moving into a different realm and a different price range than pretty much the majority of all the other resellers out there. I know that, but this has always been my goal, to build a jewelry at a higher end price while still not charging you full retail. And so I'm just moving in that direction. And I'm sorry if that leaves some of you out. I hope you enjoy looking at what I bring. Now, again, nowhere on here that I see does this teeny tiny, maybe 1960s little gold chain say gold. So I cannot say that it is. And I do. I have a whole tester kit thing sitting right over here. And I may test this. It's just so thin and delicate that I'm not so sure I want to mess around with it. Here's what's incredible. Of course, it doesn't want to show you. These tiny little pink floral painted beads. There you go. Those are old. I mean, and they're on some kind of a copper wire, then attached to this delicate, what I believe is gold chain. Right there, it looks like confetti, but these are tiny flowers. Tiny flowers. But see how this is like copper? So this is all original. I don't know, 1960s? Earlier? Unsure. There is one, two, good Lord, I can't count, 5 pink beads, and it's darker. See there? It's that pink. It's darker. When I bring it up here, it's showing really light pink. It's not really light pink. It's a darker. And it's pretty short. I'm going to wager it's like about 14 inches. Yep. So this is a choker at 14 inches. That also gives us a pretty solid date of what it is. If it was 14 inches, it could be as old as possibly the 40s because it's just so tiny. Yeah. Hi, Becky. How's it going? How are you? So, yeah. This could be older than what I was first thinking because it's so delicate. So it could even be Victorian because it's so small, size 14. It's absolutely stunning construction and beautiful, dainty little floral beads. Okay. Well, Becky, honey, I'm glad you came in. I hope you got my email today. Becky, I'm 90%, but I still 90%. Thank you for asking. Better, but I still get run down really easy. So I'm I'm almost at my 2-hour mark. And this is the last item I'm showing because I don't do recaps. I was just telling everyone that by the end of 2025, I'm not going to be doing household items anymore. I'm there with it doesn't matter if I price them high, if I price them low, if I put things in pairs, if I like basically giving it away for less than I even paid for it. Doesn't matter if it's small or if it's big. People are not paying shipping for household items. And I mean, that's just my take. My jewelry will sell. People will reach out to me after sales and purchase things. They buy during my live sales. But household items, no matter how incredible it is and no matter what price I put on it, it's just not happening. So I'm going to just get out of that altogether. And so, and just do jewelry, which is kind of always what I wanted to do and how I started in eBay. So the last thing I will point out is this pashmina wool embroidered poncho, size small, is for sale. It has 2 teeny tiny little moth holes. I used to wear it all the time. It has its cashmere label. It is from the 70s, possibly the 60s. And if anyone's interested in it, it's $45. Starts at $45, and it is beautiful. It is beautiful. It has not fit me correctly for several decades, but I've kept it with the cedar, in my closet because it's stunning. So if anyone's interested, let me know. It's right there. I'll pull it up and I'll bring it over here and I'll show you. Thank you, Becky. I totally appreciate that. And you did get my email, correct, Becky? There's the cough. I sent it out to all of you just saying we're going to have to recircle the wagons because I've been sick and then I have to go down to the city and blah, blah, blah. Okay, good. All right. Well, listen, everyone. Thank you so much for coming in and hanging out with me today. Here's this beautiful celluloid carved Victorian pin brooch. Love this. That'll probably go on eBay. Again, I brought these incredible Bakelite rhinestone clip-on earrings today. And so much more. Honestly, give my preview a look. Go back through it fast speed on this sale. And send me an email. I brought a large... This is so insane in the sun. I bought a... these are going on eBay. I brought a large sampling of items today. And yeah. So, if you could hit the thumbs up, I would appreciate it. And I will be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Eastern time. And listen, heads up, I run late. It is just a me problem. There's always something, and I always run late. So if I don't come on till 4:15, that doesn't mean I'm not coming on. I promise. Okay. So everyone have a fantastic, splendid evening, and I'll see you hopefully tomorrow or maybe later in someone else's chat, maybe even in 10 or 15 minutes. But seriously, go through and see what I brought. absolutely nothing sold. It's all available. And there's a lot of good, fun stuff. Household and jewelry, all different types. Something for everyone, I promise. Okay. Bye, everyone.